Elle Fanning and Jenna Ortega are the latest actresses to blow up the stereotypical Hollywood narrative of a badass and strong female character. The two actresses appeared as part of Variety's Actors on Actors segment, where Fanning broached the subject while discussing her role as Catherine the Great in the television series The Great, which is on Hulu. She said, "I don't know if you feel like this, but like when reading scripts, like they love describing women as like badass, strong, and they're always coming into a room and they know everything, and it's like, oh, that's a strong woman." It's like, I don't want to watch that. I'm not like that. Yeah, there's a lot of other people that don't want to watch this stuff too. You can just see it in the returns at like shows like She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and movies like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Charlie's Angels reboot, the new Terminator Dark Fate movie as well. The list goes on and on and on. Nevertheless, Fanny continued, "I love complicated women and I want to play evil women, and that messiness is like, that's what I feel like I try to bring into Catherine because she's not always right all the time, you know? Oh, isn't that interesting? Women aren't always right all the time. Even Elle Fanning knows that. It's amazing how a lot of these Hollywood directors, writers, producers, and film studio executives don't know that. But Bob Iger's the one, remember, he's the one who knows what's right and wrong. But I digress. Jenna Ortega then chimed in. She said, "Also, when you're not watching a project, you want to feel like the characters are representatives that you're seeing of yourself on screen are relatable or attainable. And when you're constantly walking and there's cars blowing up in the background and things like that, it's cool and it's awesome. It looks beautiful, but I don't know anything about her. So it's hard to develop some sort of admiration or connection with women when they're written very two-dimensional and don't really give you enough." Fanning then said, "It's like to be a strong woman, you have to be this. To be, it's like, again, putting us into a box." So I think I'm very grateful for Tony's writing of getting to kind of show the different sides. Huh, that's interesting. The strong female lead is supposed to be a response to characters getting quote unquote fridged. And now we have Elle Fanning saying it's putting them in a box. I mean, what other, isn't a fridge a box? But yeah. Anyways, Ortega said, "For it to be accurate and feel good to you and relatable to you." Fanning then concluded discussing her character. She says, "I think she has a huge ego. Like she's very egotistical, which is one of like, I love playing that side of her. It's so fun." So again, these aren't the only two actresses who have said this. Emily Blunt has commented on it as well. She said just last November, "It's the worst thing ever when you open a script and read the word strong female lead. That makes me roll my eyes. I'm already out. I'm bored. Those roles are written as incredibly stoic. You spend the whole time acting tough and saying tough things." Even She-Hulk Attorney at Law actress Tatiana Maslany told The Guardian that she sees strong female lead trope as, quote, reductive. She added, "It's just as much a shaving off of all the nuances and just as much of a trope. It's a box that nobody fits into. Even the phrase is frustrating. It's as if we're supposed to be grateful that we get to be that." Ironically, that's exactly what her character on She-Hulk is. Emma Thompson also informed Culture Blast. She said, "So all the women screenwriters I talk to, I say, well, what's the story? Because it's not good enough simply to give the women the guns and then make the women badass as well. Now women have to be badass. If they're feminine in the way that they used to be and they're not badass, then they're not welcome." Wow, Emma Thompson saying the truth here that women can't even be depicted as feminine as how they used to be. They have to be badass. This is now a Hollywood standard. Wow. We've seen this. It's confirmed. Just look at the movies. We've got Emma Thompson telling us this now too. Also, they're not allowed to cry apparently anymore because we've just got to be like the men, and that's really what it gets down to. They want the women to be men. This is all part of this sick, disgusting agenda that Hollywood is pushing. She went on to say, "And I remember thinking, well, that's not what we meant when I got a group of women together in my 30s and I said, okay, what's the female heroine? Who is that? What does she do? Because she hasn't got the wherewithal to do the Superman, to do the Godfather. That's not the point. That's not where our heroism lies. So how do we make it heroic?" And yes, Emma Thompson nailing it out of the park. Women are different from men. They also act, when they're acting heroically, their heroism is different from how a man's heroism would be. 100%. But it's good to see we're seeing more actresses take up, blow up this narrative that Hollywood has been pushing.